There we go. Had to do a new stream to see the chat. Oh. See if I can get some noise added to these box placements. Yeah, so we have no noise. Let's add some sound effects for that. Yeah, here. So the thing is, picking up one is going to be, the noise for picking up a box is going to be interesting because we can pick up other items. I think for the start table, so this is our start table, that can only take boxes, so we can add the stack box noise to that. I like the idea of doing that. Here we go. Let's see. When does the box actually get stacked? I think it's taking a box. Here we go. Could do it here. Probably doesn't really matter the order. But what we want to do is, yeah, it doesn't really. Stacking box. Where is it? Gotta turn off auto activate. And then Play the sound. I don't think that's gonna loop, but we're about to find out. Okay. Oh, I never added the sound. Let me act like I know what I'm doing. Yeah, box placement, that's what it was. Box placement. What? Whoops. Box placement. We'll just do. Does it? I don't think it likes something about the names matching, maybe. All right. Oh, yeah. All right. So we're spawn the box, add it, play it. Okay. There we go. Forgot we need to turn the machine volume down some. Let's do like 20. See what that sounds like. Some of the volumes I'm just guessing when I test it. I like that. Yeah. That's good. Test out the breaker box sound. Just working on that a little bit. Power should be out here soon. Get my flashlight. That's kind of loud. Yeah, why is that so loud? Let's see. Bring this down to 10. All right. I don't know why it's so loud. .05. There we go. What if I can just play it from the editor? Oh, that's why, because I'm editing the wrong thing. Well. Here we go. This is our electricity power on that we are going to put in half. See how that sounds like. I feel like it's still pretty loud. Let's do 0.2. Oh. That's better. I think it's not perfect, but I'm going to lower it to 0.15 and then we're going to go with it. And then I will be right back. This is my doggo. This is Enzo. All right, where were we? I got the box sounds. So what we got is the noise for when we stack the box. Now we need a noise from when we take the box. The thing is that here. Yeah, the thing is that we're gonna have it set up to where we take multiple items, so we can take. We're gonna be able to take a barrel, a pallet, but like this, we're not gonna be able to take, but like a box. So we have to play a noise specific to each one. So I'm wondering if we just set up like a switch, how that would look. Where were we here? So this would be the item pickup logic. It's almost like we'd want to put it. Ooh, almost like here. So this would be based on the output of this. We would do a switch. I'm kind of liking the sound of that. So one thing I like to do is I'll just kind of put stuff into ChatGPT, and I like to see what it says. You could see I used it quite a bit before. Um, it helps some. Sometimes I go to YouTube. Sometimes I will go to Google or Reddit. I think it's just a nice, easy starting point. I set up this project here, and I've asked it all these questions. So it's almost like I'm kind of getting the same like little AI bot every time. It already knows I'm talking about Unreal Engine and game development and stuff. So I don't have to like you know preface it with all the prompts. Um, so what are we looking for here? Oh yeah, how to set up a switch node and UE blueprints. Let's see what it comes up with. This is new. It comes up with these pictures here. Which it wasn't there before. Switch on it. We don't want that. We want to switch on string. Enum, switch on string. This is. Unless toggled, switch on name. Most common for tags or ID. Labels. Let's try the string. Here we go. Switch on string. It looks like we create an array. Okay, and then these execution pens continue the flow. So I think what we could do looks like we could do this. Let's see here. Let's bring this down. Bring this back, bad boy down. Let's see what this says. Switch. If I can spell. Switch on string. That looks like what we want. Okay. And is case sensitive. We'll leave that off. Okay. So it looks like here we're going to add um, what the different items is we want to pick up, and when we want to play a sound accordingly to the item. We could just do a generic pickup sound and just not do this at all. I didn't think about that till just now. But I feel like we're already so far into it, so we'll just add it. I mean, we're not that far, but whatever. Let's see. We'll give it a shot, see how it goes. Let's see. We almost need to do almost like the class name. So those are obtainable. So we have this actually. So here's what we'll do. We'll snip this BP box, oil barrel, pallet receipt. Yeah, we just need these four because these are the only four things that they can pick up. Well, that the players can pick up so far. So I'm just going to put this over on my other screen. And I will put in the names accordingly. BP box. BP oil barrel. BP pallet. BP receipt. Okay. So here we're displaying what the name is. So we need to do get display name. So that'll be what we can plug in. So that'll be kind of nice actually. That'll be a pretty straightforward transition. Yeah, so we can just do those out of the class. Get this. Excuse me. What did we do here? I think those just get display name. That's out of the object. Let's try get class display name. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. We'll see. Get it wrong, we'll go back and debug it. Shouldn't be too bad. We'll just plug this in here. Okay. There we go. So looks like from here, this is where we would add the different um, um, audio files. So we would want to do, we need to add the audio file. Are you able to create a folder on this? No? Okay. Just curious, yeah, because if you had a bunch, there'd be a lot of files or components to add over here. Let's do box pickup. I believe we already put it in. Yeah, box taken. Will it let me? Oh, oops. Box taken. Yeah. There we go. Oh yeah, I need to do the okay. That was kind of cool. I already knew I wanted to play it. Must have been AI. Alright. Go do that. Okay, yeah. So if we pick up the box, it's going to come up here and play this. This is going to be our default, be our edge case. If none of these are met, then this node or this execution pin will fire. We'll continue going. For now, I don't think it's ever going to fire because these are the only 4 items that we could pick up. But of course, if we add something later and I don't add it to this list here, then the name won't be picked up or the sound won't be played, and we'll know where to go. All right. Let's see. I think we're good. Let's give it a shot. Let's come over here and try this first. Yeah. Oh, whoops. Yeah, it's a bug. We'll fix it at some point. Oh, it didn't play a noise. I wonder why that is. Let's see what the name is. I don't know why. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Box_C? I don't really know. _C? Is that what that is? _C? I wonder if that's for class. That's not picking up the box at all. Done broke it. Oh, this is why. Oops. That's been the biggest delay of my game development journey, is just me being not smart. All right. Oh, there we go. That works. All right. So if we go pick this up, it shouldn't play size. There we go. Okay. That works fine. So now, oh yeah, I want to see if the oil barrel does _C, because then we'll know for the class name it puts an _C at the end. Yeah. So I think the _C is the class name. So we need to do that to the rest of these. Oil barrel. I know how to spell. _C. _C. All right. So we don't need this because now we know what they are, at least for now. So we'll add these noises later. think what we can do here, I think we can get rid of this. We don't need to display what we're picking up because we know. Here we're probably going to collapse this because it's sound logic. So we could collapse this. Yeah, we'll just do pickup audio. And this helps just kind of keeps things clean, easy to read, easy to debug. I mean, there we go. But now, when we pick up a box, it should make a noise. There we go. Pick up, place. Nice. All right. So, excuse me. I'm going to head over to our game development document. There we go. I'm just going to kind of look at what we're doing next. So this is done. I think the intake variable is done. Oh yeah, we need to display. So for the machine here, as boxes get fed into it and pallets come out the other side, I want to kind of create a screen to display the number. I have no idea how to do that, so that'll be, oh, this is Audible. This is, or Audacity. This is what I use to make kind of custom audio files. I just kind of pull from YouTube and snip them. Nothing complex. So yeah, let's go back to that. Oops. Let's go back to this. Okay. Yeah, we did that. Okay, and then this is done. This is done. All right. It's kind of cool that I got that done. We already did that. All right. So the next thing we need to do, well, I guess we don't really have to do it. We can maybe add that on. Let's do that as a later task. That's some of the things that I'm trying to add task of, like, what should I do before early access release and after. And some of the stuff, I think you could still make a good base, a, a good base early access game, and then I can kind of get some feedback on the foundation of the game, and then I'll add some of the stuff later. So yeah, like that screen on the machine. Like, I mean, it's cool to have. I'm sure it'll look a little fancier, but I don't think it really alters the fundamental aspect of the game. Here's some other thoughts I had too. Yeah. So I feel like for the most part, my production line is done. I mean, I kind of want to add some animations to these little electricity things here. Um, Maybe some like when if the power goes out, some sparks. Um, Power comes on, maybe some kind of special effect. But I think for now, I think it's good. So, excuse me. I think for the next task, I'm going to do oil. So, let's think about this here. So, I kind of have two task rooms. I'm going to go in here for the electrical room. And then they're going to go over here for it'll be the warehouse room where they'll get oil for the machine. So what we need to do is first is how I have the logic set up is every time the machine processes a box, it takes power, but we also need to have it use oil. And after so much oil use, once the machine runs out, it'll break down. The players will have to go into this room and get oil. And this will be the oil barrel. So they'll come grab this, they'll put it in the machine, and notification. They'll put it in the machine. Now to refill the oil. So, I think we're going to do something similar to the electrical box. So we'll start on that. All right. So let's document that here. So what I'm looking at here is before we start working on the oil for the electrical room, they need to switch the breaker back on to connect the powers. The machine will run. But I want them to actually kind of have to like work for it a little bit, not just simply switch it. But the question is do we want that as an add-on or actually have that as part of the foundational release of the game? This is done. We'll add water in the room later. I don't know why I deleted that. So if two players actually spawn in here, players spawn in here, they'll need to turn the power back on, but what will the task be? I want them to connect the wires, but I feel like the task is kind of too simple. I want to think. I'm gonna think about that more. I'm gonna do the oil logic while I think about that. I just want them to have to work for a little bit because right now they just go flip the switch, they have power back, and I want them to have to work through it. Okay. So processing machine. So here, we'll oil life, oil remaining, oil remaining. We're about to turn on some lo-fi music. You just do same thing as electricity. I think it's still 20. Yeah. Let's see here. Got this playlist I like to play. So what we want to do is oil barrel shuts down. So yeah, what we'll let them know. Maybe a sound. I think we'll probably have to end up doing the screen because Now, I don't really want them to know. I think it's kind of cool to. I don't want them to know when it's going to break down. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe it's up. So obviously the electrical out as well. Oil was wrong. Didn't make a noise and then what we're gonna do for some ideas. I'm just gonna Google blow out emissions. Oh, that's going to be some rust. Play a jamming noise. I feel like that would make sense. If something's not got no oil, it'll, like jam up. And just continue to play until they fix it. Kind of like that. You just play on loop until they fix it. Probably better idea out there. Kind of like that. So kind of make this right here. Let's oh. Music. Oh, we need to do sound. Let's do machine. I'm not gonna know how to spell it, but malfunction. How are we gonna spell it like that? Electrical malfunction sound effect. Show this. Nope. Machine breakdown sound effect. It's only 4 seconds. Error beep sound effects. Ooh, I do like an error beeping. Let's take note of that. Beeping error sound effect. Malfunctioning machine sound effect. And then we'll use, what is this called? think it's Audacity to we can like merge those two together. It'll play both sounds at the same time. So let's see. Let's see what these beepings are. Hopefully they're not too obnoxious. That's where I got that beep sound effect from. Let's go. Here we go. Kind of like that second one. I don't need a. Yeah. Yeah. I liked it. That's the thing where it's like, I think it's good enough. Don't want to spend too much time kind of over engineering some of these audio files. Just kind of trying to go with the 80-20 rule. Let's do this. So this is Audacity. Bring my file over. You can see kind of brings in all the beeps. I think we were the second one, so we're probably this one. Yeah. Could check out maybe some of the other ones. That would actually be super annoying. Oh. I kind of like that. That would be obnoxious. I feel like some medical workers probably hear this every day. Bless their heart. I like that too. I like this. I don't think I like this better. The question is do we want that or this? God, this. This one's tough, but I think I'm going to go with this. I think a case could be made for any of these, but this is what we're going with. Let's see. One second. Let me let you out. Let the dog go out. I will be right back. All right, so now we need to find, this will be the beep that we will loop. Now we need to find the actual noise. Machine malfunction sound effect. See what that sounds like. Oh. Let's try this. Let's do gears. Let's do mechanical issue. See what that sounds like. I'm not seeing anything on here. I feel like it's have to come up with a fancy search prompt. Let's do faulty machine sound effect. I might try this if we don't maybe see anything. Fax machine. All right, let's give this a shot. See what we find. From the same guy. Looking for a factory break. It's a good one. But I need some like gears and stuff in there too. So it's like a specific machine. Sounds like a person like howling. This is a tough one. Let's just do clinking gears sound effect. I saw this one earlier. Hey, that's it. Yeah, we're gonna go with that one. come over here, get our MP3 file. I think it was this one. I think I kind of like the idea of doing both. So we're just going to cut all this out. We're going to cut all this out. What is this? Oh. There we go. Okay, cut this out. Just kind of trimming the fat here. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to. I like that gear clanking noise in there. It almost sounds like something's like stopping up. So I'm going to use that. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Almost like that. There. Let's do this. Alright, let's see. We need to like the beginning of this. Get rid of that break. Okay. I don't want it to fade, so let's get rid of this. This. Let's see what this sounds like. Alright. So we'll put it all together. Alright, let's put the whole breakdown noise together, see what it sounds like. We'll get rid of that last beat because it looks like we're not going to. Actually, we'll bring it back. Alright. Sounds stressful. I wish I could get rid of that howling noise. Try it again. I like the way it sounds. That howling is. Let's try it. I like the way it sounds. We'll add it and give it a shot and see what we think. Dodging the 1V in Gears. Man, I haven't played Gears in so long. Let's see. Let's do oil or machine. Oil breakdown. So we can do entire project, which we want, and make sure it goes to the right location. Yeah. All right. Things are pretty good, man. Work's busy. Just been trying to work out more, play some more volleyball. Been working on this game. Let me when I add this file here, it'll probably take me a couple minutes. I can show you what I'm doing if you're interested. But yeah, things are good. How about you? Got anything new? I'll keep an eye out on the chat. Okay, so okay, we need to go here. Dude, I love B-dubs. I haven't been there in a bit. Good old F-Town? Oh, was that Fairborn? Yeah. I of course work around there since I work on the base, but yeah, I feel like that Fairfield Mall area is coming up. We went to it was like that revolving sushi place about a month ago. It was pretty good. Love to go back. Oh yeah, well let me show you the game. So here's the map. So I'm sure you've probably played Among Us. It's kind of like a social deduction game. The players will start in here, and the objective of the game will be they will need to process some kind of product each day to satisfy the boss. Um, and they'll bring in product over here. I'm going to make like a door or like a window here, and then they'll need to um, output the product over here. And then they'll have to do kind of like task and other like miscellaneous things throughout this factory to process the product. And then at the end of each day, they'll have to take the invoice that they get, bring it up here to like the boss's room, and they'll get like essentially like cash or like a pass for the next day, and then they'll get a chance to like vote or decide on who they think is like bad or like the villains. Now each day there'll be a quota, and if the players don't meet the quota, then the boss is going to get mad and force them to vote who they think is bad. Um, and they'll have to kill off a player if they don't make the quota. I do want to make the quota like kind of hard to get, so the players will kind of need to be like locked in and work as a team to make the quota. Um, so it's kind of a give and take there that the good players need to work hard to make the quota, but of course the villains are um, should be actively engaging to kind of ruin the production. Um, so over here will be the electrical room. Of course, it's not done yet, but at least got the foundation where I'll show you. As players use this factory machine here, the power will go out. So I'll show you here. So far, players can put boxes on the conveyor belt. It just so far, like, just kind of doing some simple stuff. The boxes will make pallets. So you can see there that it did use all the power. So the players will need to, so I have my flashlight on here, navigate over to the electrical box, which will be over here in this room. Um, oh, whoops. But just for debugging purposes, I accidentally restarted the game. Just for debugging purposes, I have the electrical box over here. But the electrical box will turn the power back on, so the machine will keep running. So you can see that the machine stopped. The players will have to come over here and turn it back on, the machine to keep running. So yeah, I'm gonna have some aspects in it to where over in the electrical room, like the villains or the bad guys can like kind of set traps and stuff. So like maybe one of the good guys will go tinker with the electrical box and they'll like get electrocuted and die. But they'll just think like, oh, it's just a natural occurrence that they messed up. But no, it was like the bad guy that rigged it. Um, and I want to force two players to go into this room to turn the electrical box back on to kind of give the villain a chance to take him out. Or maybe two guys will go in there and one of them will just naturally die. Um, and then of course the other guy might become a little suspicious. But this room is kind of similar concept, where they'll have to come in here and do a task, but instead of like an electrical room, it'll be an oil room. They'll have to come in here and get oil for the machine, bring it back here, and put oil in the machine. So yeah, that's pretty much the concept of the game. Still kind of working on it. But yeah, hopefully all that made sense. It'll be a social deduction game. The players will have to survive. I'm kind of thinking like, maybe about 7 days. And then if they can, um, survive 7 days making the quota, then they'll get out. So yeah, hopefully that made sense. Better than yeah. Well, we'll see. Um, yeah, I haven't played COD in a long time. Have you been playing COD? Is it good? I maybe take it as not so good these days. I've been seeing things about oh yeah. I've been seeing things about it's like the Modern Warfare 2. It's like a remake or something. Maybe like a new game. I wonder if maybe if you got a chance to play that. Curious how that is. Go back and forth with Laura Cots. They better remaster it. With the old comms? I'm not sure what that means. Oh, are you talking about like the lobbies? Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, those are classics, man. You can't beat them. I was just playing a game the other day. Oh, I don't know if you have a VR headset, but there's a game called Onward on VR, and it's set up pretty much exactly the same, where you can get on where you like play a match, and you can actually hear the other players in game, which I think is kind of cool. And then, like, if you down them, you can hear them talking, and then in the lobby, you can hear set up just like the old COD. You can hear both players, so or both teams, so that you know how that goes. That gets fun. I noticed Ashton's dad commented on my Facebook post, so I'm gonna give him a little, give him some sass back since he gave me some sass. Okay. All right. Yeah, I feel like that's the only way to do it. You gotta let the 12-year-olds know who's boss, right? All right. So this is the code for our machine, and we need to add um, for it to run out of oil. We need for it to decrement the oil life. So if we have the oil here, this will be integer. Um, we need to add some logic to take away from that. Uh, so we're just gonna compress this, and we'll just call this um, process box. No, I don't like that. That's kind of too generic. Maybe we could do process electricity. Yeah, yeah, I like that. Oh shoot, we need an output node or output on that. Let's see. Expand them. There we go. Yeah, this is what we need. Um, oh, we need to do a minus or subtract. Sorry. What other games you've been playing, Mark? What else is good these days? If you're still watching. So let's see here. We need to do. Oh, this is gonna be a set. That's what I was looking for. We need to do a setter. There we go. Battlefield 6. Always play Gears 4. Yeah, dude, Gears 4 is just such a classic, man. You just can't. I miss Gears 2. I'm curious if you played the. I saw that there was like it was like remastered, I think, or something. Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefield 4. I miss Battlefield 4. I'd get in the Apache. That was fun. Getting in the Apache and flying around. Battlefield 6. That's cool. How you like Battlefield 6? Is that worth? Is that worth getting? You think? Gears 2 isn't remastered. They remastered the first Gears 2 times. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Because yeah, they of course did Ultimate Edition, which I don't remember if we played that or not, but that was the one I was doing MLG on, at least for a little bit. And then yeah, then now they have this new one. So yeah, interesting. But anyway, but yeah, I'm curious what your thoughts of Battlefield 6 are, because I've been seeing that, and I've kind of I was kind of thinking about getting it, but I don't know. I feel like I'm picky about video games these days as I'm making one. Okay. So every time we process a box, we're going to randomly decrement the oil life, a random number between 2 and 10. And these numbers could change, I think, over the life of the game. But the oil life is going to, or yeah, the oil remaining will start out at 20. We're going to randomly decrement between 2 and 10. So we're going to take that away. And we have to get this. Yes, it's on sale, $48. $48, man. That's a lot. Mark, you got me on that? If you have EA. Not exactly like Battlefield 3 or 4, but still it's fire fear. Okay. Are the vehicles good in it? As far as at least the helicopters? I was always a big fan of the helicopters. Curious what your thoughts are on that. I'm looking for you to basically sell me the game, Mark. If you can't sell me Battlefield 6, then EA will just blame you. Okay. So here we're taking what our current oral remaining is. We're going to decrement. And then we're going to do this. But we only want to do this. We need to fire this code when a certain event happens. I see your message here, Mark. Let me think about this here for a sec. Sorry, so this is the thing about streaming, right? It's like you're trying to. My slow, small brain can only do so many things. Oh, so this will be a separate event. Okay, that's right. I'll talk about that here in a sec. But yeah, this will be a separate event that we'll put over here. I'll have to I think I'll be creating what's called an interface. Let's see, interaction data transfer. This will probably be close to what we need. Yep. I knew this would come in handy. I'll leave that here. I feel like it's easier to read that way. Okay. So yeah, I set up some code already here to. So if you're curious, I set up some code already to be able to interact with stuff. So for example, So like I have this box, right? I can't just go up and interact with anything. So you can see it's not going to show like this in the game, but you can see it says not interactable. Um, but that's just when I press F. But if I come over here to the table and press F, it stacks the box. Um, so what I want to happen is when I pick up this barrel, I'm going to cancel the game just in case the power goes out. When I come over here and pick up this barrel, can I not pick up the barrel? I should be able to pick that up. This is awkward. Why can't I pick that up? I think that's a bug. I should be able to pick that up. See, Marco, what you did? You created a bug. All right, helicopter is so much fun. It's like Battlefield 4 controls. I got you on my account info. What does that mean when you say I got you on my account info and just download it for free? Or is that like a sharing? You can share it or something? Or like, what am I trying to say? The account sharing? You gotta school me on the new stuff these days. I feel like I'm so far behind. Oh, that's pretty sweet. What is that like through Steam? Was I already holding an item? So I'm just trying to debug why we're not picking up. Uh, yeah, I just play PC. Do you play PC but use your Xbox? No, I don't have an Xbox. Um, yeah, I don't have a Xbox or PlayStation. I just play everything on PC. I have a Xbox controller that I use. I'll connect to my PC when I play Gears. Okay, so we can pick up the box, but we can't pick up. I think I broke something when I was doing the sound, so let's go fix that. It'll probably be here. All right. So this basically, if you're curious, oh, never mind. That's the only way I can share it. Oh, on Xbox. I don't know if it matters, but I have a like a Microsoft account that I play that I have on my PC. I don't know if that matters at all. Um, but yeah, kind of why I debug this. Why I can't pick it up. I can just kind of mention a couple things. Um, this sweet trace node here. Um, basically, this is a function actually that I made. I can click through it. This could probably be a whole 30-minute video in itself, but basically, um, I think I can actually turn this on and show you guys. Yeah, let's do that. I'll show you guys actually what the sweep trace does. It's actually pretty useful. Okay, so when the character walks around, um, I'll show you guys. This is it's called ejecting. So I'm gonna come up to this box, right, and I'm about to pick it up. But what I can do is eject, and you're gonna see. This is my character. So I don't think I've ever explained this other than to a couple people. So I'm trying to make a character for like the modern worker, the modern American worker, right? And this is what we came up with, or this is what I came up with. Now I have to explain. I'm going to Google on my other screen. It came from, uh, so I'm going to Google and show you guys the kind of what I was thinking was the Wally factor or the Wally people. Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, so this is kind of what I was thinking of. I wanted to kind of imagine these folks like working in a factory. Now, obviously, you can see like here, there's some pretty good detail on like the hand. Well, I say good detail, like for me to design. You can see, the chin. This dude's pretty much just me. Um, I can't. Well, it would take me quite a bit of time to do that. Um, so I to make that was my inspiration for the characters. So this is what I came up with. And the reason why I'll show you guys because I want to do simple animations. Sorry, I'm getting off topic here. I'll go back to the sweep trace. I'm sorry. It's my ADD. Let me move the camera back so you'll be able to see. Um, so this is third person. You can see when he walks, he has like the walking animation and stuff. So this was actually unintentional, but you can see he breathes a little way too fast, but you can see it's almost like you can kind of see his like butt going back and forth. That was unintentional, but I just think it was funny the way that worked out. Um, so if you guys have any feedback on the way that looks, I'd be happy to hear it. But I'm kind of thinking to go with the first person for now. I was doing um, third person for so long, but I feel like it was getting a little bit at least complicated to debug. Maybe I'll go back to third person when the game is released in early access, but at least I'm kind of digging the third person right now. But anyway, so sweep trace. So in a game, when you interact with something, you can use what's called a sweep trace. So when I press E to interact with this box, you can see, let me eject here. The character, you saw that line. Let me make it a little longer so it's easier to see. Sorry to go back and forth here. Just going to make it a little longer so you guys can see. If you guys have any questions or anything on this, let me know. I mean, happy to explain what I can. So when a character comes up to interact with one of these boxes, he'll hit E to like pick it up, and it's going to fire what's called a sweep trace. So hit E, and then you can see um, as soon as this sphere stopped at that box, you can see where the collision was, and then where this collision is right here, and that's how far you can actually interact with something. It's probably a little farther than it should be, but you can see at this point in space right there, that particular point is this right here. So at the end of that sweep trace function, you can call this next node, and you can get different data pieces from that interaction, which is pretty useful. Um, so let me see what your love at homie got back. I don't know what you mean by that, Mark. Love at homie got back. Yeah, I'm a little slow. Um, but uh, but anyway, so yeah, I think something's up with the oil barrel when we interact with it. For some reason, um, we're not picking it up. I think it has something to do with Oh, I think it has something to do with the audio. I don't know exactly what, but we're about to find out. So, oh, my bad. So you remember how I was talking about earlier how I don't do very smart things? That was one of the things. So the when I pick up the box, the execution node, the execution pins would continue to fire. But if I leave this like this, that means that um, the flow of our code just stops because there's no default case here. So I'll show you. So here, oh yeah, here we go. Let me unpack this. Yeah, expand node. This is one of the unfortunate things about Blueprint is that you kind of get, I hear it called spaghetti. It's it's one of the rough things about Blueprint, but I think there's some pros and cons to it to just kind of hard coding in C++. Um, I don't really have a strong stance either way, but at least for the basic functionalities of doing things in Unreal Engine, I think it's been pretty nice so far. Um, so here's kind of what's happening for any of you guys that are curious. As the execution of the game happens, when I interacted with the box, I pick it up and the flow of the logic continues as normal because I am picking up a box. But I forgot to set up the edge case um, where if anything else that was not a box or any of these other things here, the flow of the logic continues as normal. So I'm like pretty sure that'll fix it, but we're about to find out. Um, Mark, did you ever play Donkey Kong 64? If so, I have a surprise for you. I'll see if you recognize the sound. So there's that sweep trace again. I need to turn that off because I can just keep doing it. You can see all the sweep traces. Okay, so the box interaction works just fine. So we should be able to do the oil now. And it's not doing it. I wonder, I think it's because we need to do all of it. Okay, let me show you a sound I added for when you quote unquote beat the game right now. But let me fix a few things here real quick before I do that. I need to turn off the sweep trace thing so because that can get kind of clutter up the screen. So we're gonna do draw debug type. We're gonna set that to none. And then, okay. So we're gonna go back and now I'm pretty sure, so that oil barrel that I was trying to pick up, I'm pretty sure that's firing here. So I think I just need to connect all of these here. Right now, the palette and the receipt paper isn't set up. But what this will do is if we pick up the box, the oil barrel, palette, or receipt, um, oh, actually, sorry, I didn't think this through. I need to do, um, I need to do this. Because this right here is the box sound, but I'm going to do a different sound for the oil barrel, the palette, and the receipt. So I think we should be able to just do that. So when we pick up the oil barrel, it's not going to play the box sound, but we are going to continue through the flow of the logic as normal. We should turn this one off as well and continue this over here. So eventually when I add the oil barrel, the palette, and the receipt sounds, I'll add that like I did these. So that should fix it. Okay, so that works. There we go. So now I should have a barrel to drop. Yep, I do. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Oh yeah, let me show you that. See if you recognize this noise. This is like one of the random things that I wanted to add in the game. I'll let you know. You'll hear a noise when so many pallets get stacked up here. I think it's 5. Uh, it's gonna play the wind condition noise. The wind condition flow is gonna happen. Let me turn the power back on. Um, when 5 pallets get stacked, it's gonna reach the wind condition. I want to see if you recognize what what that is from the game.
Well done!
I thought it was funny. It still gets me every time. Okay. So we need to decrement the oil. Um, random jump scares. I thought about it. So let me show you something. And this was, again, one of the unintentional things. I love it. Yeah, exactly. So, like, wow, you mentioned when it gets dark. Um, it's funny you say that because it wasn't intentional for it to be like this. So it's dark. It's kind of pitch black, right? But I like the aspect of the players being able to turn on their flashlight and you can see kind of how creepy it gets. But like, check this out, right? So you come over here, and like this is the hallway that you have to go down. Um, so how I want to have it set up initially is that there'll be a door here, and the players. Um, I'm gonna have it set up somehow where like 2 players will have to stand basically in some kind of like airlock, um, where uh, only it'll be a requirement for 2 players to have to go into the electrical box room to fix the power. So they'll come in here to fix the power, and it'll be dark like this, right? So you can see kind of how creepy it gets, but like you look down, it's just like look how creepy. You just go down the steps. You can ignore the camera bounce. I need to fix that. But uh, but yeah, you can kind of see that. Can you hear the ambient noise? Okay, I'm curious if you can hear that, like the ambient noise playing in the game. But yeah, I thought about I don't know, doing some scary stuff for when the lights go out, but I haven't really fully thought that through yet. I don't want it to be classified as a horror game. Um, I kind of want it to be um, kind of more of like a social deduction game that people will be able to play on their phones and on PC. Um, and I don't want to just drive people away with the horror aspect, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do like an option or something. Um, okay, so I need to do the oil barrel. So here's the interaction data transfer. So this branch here, so I need to set the factory to interactable first. So let me do that. Okay. That's the new thing, honestly, horror games and extraction shooter. Yeah, you're not wrong. I feel like there is some popularity growing in the horror games. Um, yeah, I mean, I think it's a good thought. I mean, definitely appreciate the input there for sure. I like scary games. I just like scary things in general. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe kind of do something about it. I do want to try to stick to something basic first. I'll probably kind of just stick with, or I'm trying to keep the scope of the game as low as possible. Roll something out first, and then kind of expand and add to it from there. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Um, but yeah, so I need to add the ability for players to take this oil barrel and add oil into the machine. So I'm going to bring this over here. Um, so uh, this machine here is an actor in itself, which is this right here. And what I'm looking to do is when this tab here is my character blueprint. Excuse me. Um, and when we have some logic already here set up to where if they go walk up and interact with something, we can take this function and continue its functionality in something else. So I'm kind of thinking that's the right approach here. We can maybe see how that looks. Kind of thinking out loud here. I get that. Make it simple first, then add a lot of content. I'll definitely get a PC. Oh yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, yeah. I mean, even if you don't end up getting a PC, I do want to add it like a mobile version. That way, folks will have access to it as well, at least for the most part. So hopefully, I can get a mobile version going once I get uh, pretty far into early access. Um, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. Um, but yeah, so for me to bring this in, this is an interface function, and so we can see that here, and I need to bring that into the processing machine, which I don't think I am. Yeah. So first we have to make the machine interactable, which there's probably a ton of different ways we can do that. But the way I'm doing it, at least, is I'm adding a tag. So um, I'm doing uh, adding this tag here for interactable. And then over here, when the player um, interacts with something, when that sweep trace hits an object, or at least something in the world. So you can see here, actor has the tag, and if it's interactable, then we will call this function. So it's kind of a twofold step. We check to make sure it is interactable. If so, then we continue the functionality. That way, so like players aren't going up to walls and trying to interact with walls and other random objects. Um, so yeah, on interact. So we can just kind of continue this functionality here. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't think anything's going to be perfect in this, but I'm kind of thinking that's the right approach. So we need to bring in that interface. So to do that, we will close this out. Class settings, BPI, character interact. So now you can see we have that on interact functionality. So this node is just a continuation of this. This is like the sender, this is the receiver. So what do we want to happen when the character interacts with the factory? So first we need to see, and the only part of this is, or the only point of us doing this is for them to add oil into the machine. Um, and this will probably be the last thing I do on this stream. So if you guys have any kind of questions or comments or anything, happy to hear you guys out. I gotta charge my phone. I'll be back in like 10 minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds good, man. Um, So yeah, so I think this is going to be towards the end, but first we need to check to see that the player, um, I guess at least first has an item. So let's do this. Player has item. False. Oh, I need to get the dogs. You have no item. I'll be back. I'm gonna let the dogs in. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Let me check something here. Sorry. Oh. All right. So if they have an item, we need to make sure it's the right item. Actor class reference. So here we're going to do something similar we did over here. Where was it? Yeah, I think it's here. Get class display name. We need to make sure it's this. So we can actually just take the same node. We need to do BP oil barrel underscore C. So we can just do this. Let's see. So this is going to be a string. We need to make sure. How do we check a string is equal to another string? Oh, here we go. Oil barrel C. Okay. We'll do another branch. First branch is making sure that they have an item. Second branch is making sure that they actually have the oil barrel. So just for debugging, you need an oil barrel. And then if it's true, this is where we're going to refill the oil. So bring that over here. Let me think about this here. player has an item. It's true. So we're going to check to make sure that they have the right item. If so, we're going to decrement this is where we're actually going to refresh the oil. Almost did the opposite of what we wanted to do. We're going to set the oil to 20. We're going to add that to the processing machine. Yeah. There we go. I think this is good, at least for now. All right. Let's see. Let's do oil refill. There we go. All right. Got a few more minutes here. So now I need to decrement the oil. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do this over here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do pretty much very similar thing here. So I should have just copied those notes and pasted them, but we're going to subtract. Oh, yeah, we need to do a set. We're going to do. Now, the reason why we're going to do a different node here is because if we. So this number takes away from the electricity from the power grid, and that'll generate a number between 2 and 10. If we just simply took this number and put it over here, it would be the same number that we would not only decrement the power, but we would also drain the oil. And we could do that, but I don't want to do that. I want to do a different number because I just want it to be a little bit more of a variable, I guess more of like a random event for either the electricity to go out or the oil to drain completely. If we did the same number, then I feel like it would be a bit more maybe predictable, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, so we're gonna get the oil remaining, and then we're gonna subtract what that random number is, and whatever that number returns, we're gonna plug into here. So one thing we could do is we could just, again, probably not the most efficient way, but I wanted to debug, like kind of get a heads up display of what our oil life is, and I want to watch it decrement. I usually just do an event tick, so we'll probably just do that. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do it. Well, we know we start at 20. So here we'll just do print. Here we go. So we'll see what our oil life is after each box that we pass through. We don't have any logic yet to like shut down the machine once it runs out of oil, but we'll add that next time. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Let's see. So here we do this. Can't pick up this item, so we should be able to pick up this. Actually, I want to confirm that we added it. So on interact, refill the oil. This will let us confirm that we refilled the oil. I was pressing the wrong button to interact. There we go. So you can see refilled oil up there in the top of the screen. We can interact with it to see maybe some of the other things. So like you can see you have no item. You grab the wrong item. Oh, like a box. You need an oil barrel. So we'll drop the box, grab the oil barrel, refill the oil. All right. So we'll add some functionality next time that when so many boxes get passed through and we keep decrementing the oil, once all the oil remaining goes to 0 or below, the machine will shut down and we'll play that noise that we created. So, all right. I think we're going to hop off here. Well, thanks for coming by, Mark, and chatting and watching. And thanks to the other folks for hopping on and watching as well. Catch you guys next time. Thanks. See you.